Hola, 'tis I, Alycia. How are you? Hope you're doing well. One of you lovelies, you know who you are, asked about, is it possible that some people that we see battling in the media or wherever have actually been paired up behind the scenes to be playing roles essentially? And we're going to start and we're going to look at Tucker and Don Lemon, or Don Lemon, or however we're supposed to say his name. And the idea supposedly came from a book that Lynn Cheney, Dick Cheney's wife, wrote, saying that way behind the scenes, people are paired up to play certain roles to get certain narratives across. So let's see if somehow, way back when, Tucker and Don were paired up to play certain roles. You know, one's on one side, one's on the other. And again, it's all alleged for entertainment purposes only because it's a tarot card reading. My opinion, allegedly. All that jazz. Interesting. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is all about PR and telling stories and whatnot. And we have a Five of Swords, which is a battle. And it looks like going on a journey together, I guess you could say. I mean, it's a lone person here just going into it on. So, yeah, it's not going on a journey together because the Fool goes by himself on the journey. And so you could say, because you have the Hierophant here, right? And the Hierophants of government institutions, this can be eyes wide shut because we have the devil over here. So, but it has 10 of Swords. Let's get some more. Dragon. Let's look at, okay, 3 is the Hag. Nightmares, malicious, that kind of thing. Which makes sense. They're nasty to each other, or not even them so much as like both political sides would be seen in the media as nasty to each other. And it's a gift. And the growing tension behind them as they were starting their journeys in journalism, it looks like that happened to just be happenstance. I'm not seeing that this is planned. I would see like 2 of Cups. I'd see the Lovers. I'd see something else. I'm not seeing that. It just feels like they were just independently going on their journeys together. How they happen to become mortal foes in a way just seems to be a natural thing. And it's an idea that, you know, they're not like you have. Okay, near future is this is Eyes Wide Shut gang here, and they're looking to get even and finally like quash media. That would be both of them, right? Mr. Lemon and Mr. Carlson. So I'm not getting it that way. Let me ask specifically, because maybe those two weren't paired up. Let's just see. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Was Tucker ever paired up with someone to play his opposite in the media? Interesting that we got that again. Okay, so you have the Eight of Wands. That's bringing news, right? This is a Knight of Cups. Prince Charming's bringing you the news, but he's following his dreams. If he was to, like, put in a position to do this, he abandoned it. That's how this comes out. Like, if he was in a position, like, we're putting you in this position, we paired you up with so-and-so, he abandoned it because we have the Hierophant again, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, and here he is following his dream, bringing the news. This would say there's a battle in between. Fair fight, just, yeah, you go your way, we go ours. Interesting. I will say there's this idea that I don't know if anybody's like put that out there, that perhaps he has some past Eyes Wide Shut connections, but there's like some type of, like, I think, severing as he went forward. So maybe that's what this is, because we have the herb is like cleansing, kind of, this Ten of Swords, death. So it's kind of like that could have been in the past with him, and he had perhaps been a part of Eyes Wide Shut, severed, went his own way. Yeah, this doesn't feel like he's connected to that group. Let's see if Don Lemon, maybe we're thinking he's paired with Tucker. Maybe there's someone else that we don't know about yet. Is Don Lemon supposed to be, has he been paired with someone to be his foe or on the other side in the future? There's that card again, the Hierophant. So, oh, come on. I shuffled these. There's him wanting to follow his dreams. Childhood stuff and moving forward. Wouldn't that be wild if they were like Eyes Wide Shut brothers, and then they're like, down with the Eyes Wide Shut, we're going to go our own way? Because essentially it kind of seems like that same idea, right? Because you have Ten of Swords and the Hierophant. Let's see what Mildred wants to say. Interesting. Tucker had a volcano and he has a storm. Permanent 70 bone mortality, leaving something behind, having something to hide, having his Eyes Wide Shut background to hide. I think he like got jumped out of the gang. I don't know. He's not. I don't see he's paired up. He's kind of gone his own way again. Now with 36, you have the snake. Now, that's interesting. That says fear. Sexual fantasies and temptations. I don't know. Maybe he thinks going into TV, news, Hollywood, whatever is a very tempting thing, and that's why he's following his dream to be a part of that, more so than sharing the news. This is just him moving forward. Always wanting to, he had an idea, perhaps in his youth, that he wanted to do this because this was like a sexy career. That's how I'm going to put it, allegedly. But the severing is a gift to him. Like they're both voted, like they've both parted ways. I don't know if they're voted off the island. I don't know how it works. I'm not in that dirty gang. So that's kind of interesting. So let's look into then the idea that Bill Maher and Mr. T, guy running for election again, that they have been paired up by the Eyes Wide Shut gang for being foes on both different sides of the aisle. Let's see. Okay. I don't get that. And it's interesting to me because remember when we, my God only knows where that reading is. That might be in the Moon Moth Manor, looking into Bill Maher and if Hugh Hefner was his daddy. The idea here is that they both come from independently wealthy families. Allegedly, there's that rumor that Bill Maher's father was Hugh Hefner. I believe that reading's in the Moon Moth Manor on my website, AlyciaWicker.com. The idea, though, I don't know who Bill Maher's family that he was raised about that's out in the public or whatever. I don't know who that is. If he did come from an independently wealthy family kind of thing. This is an idea. These two have not been put together or severed from the Eyes Wide Shut gang. They're coming from independently wealthy families with their own ideas, making choices for themselves, how they're going to move forward in the future as they grow up. It is this idea that they're prepared by maybe how they're raised, the knowledge, their schooling, their whatever they're surrounded by, both to move forward. They've had wise counsel all their lives, and they're kind of like whatever was going on, they went their own way, almost to this idea that it might be against whatever their family had hopes for. Just independent operators going their own way. So I don't know. In my opinion, I'm not seeing that it looks like they're just picked behind the scenes by the Eyes Wide Shut gang to come forth and to play those roles out as we're thinking. So that's interesting. But if you've got questions, I've got more questions about Mr. Lamont and Mr. Carlson and seeming to have parted ways with the Eyes Wide Shut gang. That's interesting. So if you have questions, put them in the comments down below because I'm very curious about that now. And with that, I will see you next time. Adios.